Hello, and welcome to this month's episode of InDesign Newsletter. My name is Andrea Baslatson. I am a graphic design and web design instructor. And this month, we're going to talk about how to create a t-shirt design inside of InDesign. So I know if you're as excited as I am, because you should be, because I'm excited. And if I'm excited, I think you should be excited. So let's get started. All right. So we're going to, let me share my screen so you can see exactly what we're going to create. Let's see. Yes. Hopefully you're seeing exactly what I'm seeing, which is my InDesign screen. But as I look, you're not. So hang on. Let's try that again. All right, you should be seeing the InDesign screen. Let me move these controls out of the way so that I don't accidentally hit one. All right, so we're inside of InDesign. We're going to create a new document. So we're going to go to File, New Document. All right, and so I always start off with this vinyl placement guide or a t-shirt placement guide, which you can Google and you'll find it. Everyone has one. And what it does is it kind of guides you into what size your item should be. So we're going to create for an extra large male today, and the width should be no longer than 10 inches. And you can go longer or shorter in the height. But for us today, we're going to try to stay within that 10 by 10 frame. So inside of InDesign, we're going to go ahead and switch to inches. And we're gonna, I already have 10 by 10 inches already set. But you know what? I'm gonna make it 10.5 by 10.5. And this is because we have that 5-inch margin to play within. So we'll just stay within the margin. And then right here, we'll see that they're automatically set at 5 inches for us. We're like, thank you, InDesign. And then we click create. All right, so now we're inside of InDesign and we're ready to go ahead and create our t-shirt. Well, let's go ahead and save this. Let's get into best practices and save often as much as we can. I'm just gonna go ahead and save over one that I've done before. So t-shirt design, let's go ahead and save that. And it's gonna ask me now, I got to replace because like I said, I'm using the same name as I did before. You might not get replaced and that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. All right, so I know that I want some text in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my type tool and I'm gonna go ahead and draw out a text box. I think the name of this is I think it was UFEA. If not, I can change it. But anyway, we're gonna say that we're for UFEA. And I'm gonna go ahead and choose a font. This is not the font that I wanna choose. I just wanna get something in there bold so that I can see it. I'm going to actually, I don't mind this font at all. Huh. Kind of like it. Definitely have to kern these letters. I always look at the letters. See how some of these letters are off in their spacing. So this one, and this one, we want it to kind of look like the spacing is intentional. So one way that I like to do that is this is kerning, because I'm going to kern in between each letter. So I'm going to put my cursor in between the U and F, and I'm going to hold Option or Alt, depending if you're on a PC or Mac. And I'm just going to move this to the left or right. If I move it to the left, I'm decreasing the space in between each letter. If I move it to the right, I'm increasing the space between each letter. So I kind of like how, let me see, go a little bit more. Okay, now I like that spacing just a little bit better. And let me just move that out. Now with the A, it gets kind of tricky because of the A having that slope, but you still want it to look. And right now, I'm gonna, let me see, let me look back. Oops. I'm just trying to decide if I want to space this out, because then I don't want the A to look like it has more space than that. Let me zoom in. Oops. See how this looks. So this spacing looks a little bit more even. I'm going to call it even because I stay with spacing all day. I really do care about how my letters look. And I'm kind of torn because I love the spacing between the E and A, but then because it has this slope, I don't know. So I might do, I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to say it's okay. All right. So, and it might not even be UFEA. I can't remember what it is, but we'll find out in a second. All right. So this is one option I have. So let me go ahead and choose another option. And let me go ahead and click on a type. And then let's go and let's find another option. I think the other option began with A that I like. It was this one. So this was another option because it's soccer and soccer is kind of cool. So I don't know. Definitely want to, I'm going to kern these letters in a little bit too. And I actually like the spacing between these, that relationship more, and I like the relationship here. But anyway, these are the two options that I have. And I think I'm going to stick with this one because I just find this to be more exciting. And I also like its spacing better, which is super important when trying to decide between fonts. So I think I've decided I'm going to go with this font, which is the name of this one was Aviano Future. And I want it to be centered. So I'm going to go to my paragraph panel and I'm going to center it in between that space. And I also want it to be about 100. Okay, which is set. Okay, so I like this. So I'm gonna go with this. So the next thing that I want to do, so you can customize the text pretty easy. You can also customize your photos however you want as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab, we're gonna do shortcuts because we know shortcut keys. I'm gonna choose Command D or Control D if you're on a PC. And let's go ahead and grab an image. Now I have the image that I want to use inside of my clipboard already. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go a little bit bigger than the area, and that's okay. UEFA. Ah, I got it backward. I got UFEA. Okay. So let me go ahead and get rid of the F. Hopefully my kerning stays okay. But we'll see. UEFA. And nope, I got to kern this. Oh, the relationship is not as sweet as the relationship between the E and A, but that's okay. I'm going to, I think so. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Okay. But it's still a better relationship than the other one was. This works so much better. And I like the look of this. Let's go and, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this into place. I want it to fall all within that margin. Remember the margin. So if I like how this is looking, I can keep it there, or I can affect, remember InDesign has a picture in a frame. So right now, this blue is the frame. And the way that I know it is the frame is if I look at the layers panel, this color blue should be the same color as the border for this. And it is that blue. If I am targeting the photo, I click on this little radio disc in the center, click on that, and you're gonna see if you look on this outside, you'll see that it's a rust color. So it's a different color than the layer, letting me know that I am inside of the actual frame in the photo. So what that means, if I start moving this around, check out my frame is still up here, but my photo is down here. And if you can't see that, let me go ahead and put some color in this frame so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's the frame. That yellow is the frame. This photo that I'm moving around is inside of the frame, but I'm moving it all around. You see that? So just like you have that picture on the wall. So it's very important that you know what you're affecting. I'm affecting the photo in the frame, which means if I decide that I'm going to resize this, I don't know why my computer's not letting me, and I just go ahead and move it, I've just skewed it and had no idea I was skewing it because I was just moving a photo. So now I've just skewed this photo So I'm gonna undo that. We don't want that to happen. No accidental skewings, all right? So I just wanted to show you that you wanna make sure that you know exactly where you are in your photo or frame at all times. So I want to be in the frame, and now I want to affect the photo. So I'm gonna click on the grabby, and I'm gonna move this photo over some, because the part that I'm most interested in on my t-shirt are these beautiful colors. So I want it to go edge to edge as far as I can with these pretty colors. And then I might get the photo and I might bring this up just a little bit more so I can get a little less, see that darkness in that corner. I'm not wasting ink on that. No, I'm gonna hold shift and bring that out just a little bit more so that I am indeed getting more of this color. It's beautiful. And I want to capture as much of that as possible. Okay, so here's my t-shirt design. And right now, I would have, if I hit W, this would be my t-shirt minus the white. Of course, white area is just background. But this would be my t-shirt right now, which is nice, right? That is a very nice t-shirt. But I kind of want a little bit more. I want it to be shaped in maybe a circle shape. So what I'm going to do is look at this square. Right now, the square is 9.5 inches. So I'm gonna want my circle to be 9.5 inches. And since it's a circle, it's gonna be 9.5 inches by 9.5 inches. So I'm gonna click on this circle tool. I'm just gonna click, not drag. I just clicked on my keyboard and I'm gonna make this 9.5 in width by 9.5 in height. Tab, hit OK. And so now I have a circle. Now you can't really see this circle, but it should indeed be a circle, although it looks like a square. Let's just see. So I'm going to go ahead and put some color in here only because I want to see it. Okay, there we go. All right, so the bounding box is square. So I'm going to, so I know you were scared. I know you were like, oh no, that's a square, but it's not. All right, so now I've made this circle 9.5, but as I can see, and as you can see with me, that this circle is way too big for our area, right? So that means I need to make this circle a little bit smaller. So I'm going to say, I knew it was supposed to be 8. I'm gonna say 8.5. Let's just try this. Make sure that it's linked so that when I make it 8.5, it changes both. Let's see if this fits in here nicely for us. And it does. It goes a little bit outside of the margin, but it's okay to go outside of the margin on the height. I just didn't want it to go outside the margin on the width. So right now, I think we are okay. So I'm gonna hit W just so that I can look at this. Okay, I like this. Okay, so what we're gonna do, actually, let me position. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is position everything now. I know that I want this photo to be larger than this circle. So I'm gonna click on the photo behind it. I'm going to hold Alt. Actually, I can do auto fit. Let me just check auto fit. And I'm gonna hold Alt because I want it to pull from both sides. And then I'm gonna hold Shift because I want it to constrain. So right now okay, there we go. There we go. So now it is much larger than the image, than the circle. I'm going to hit Command X or Control X if you're on a PC. And what I wanted to do was cut that photo out of the background because I have plans for it. I'm going to select the circle. Then I'm going to go up here to edit and I'm going to go down to paste in place. And this is going to paste, not paste in place, edit, make sure your circle is still selected. And I'm gonna go to paste into, which is gonna paste that photo into that circular shape. So now I have this circular shape. This is what I want my t-shirt to look like. I want it to be UFEA at the top, and I want the it to be in a circular shape. So now I'm really, really happy with this. This is my t-shirt design. This is what I'm going to print on the t-shirt. So when I go to print this, I'm going to export it as a PNG. So I would go to File, I would go to Export, and then I would choose PNG. and I would save it wherever I want to save it. I'm going to hit save. And this is for printing. So I'm definitely going to go maximum. I'm going to go 300 RGB. So the defaults that are in here are excellent right now. It's just going to be pages. So I don't have to worry about spreads because it's not multiple designs. Range is 1. I only have 1 page. All of the default settings that are in here that are on mine are perfect. I'm going to hit export. And it's going to export this as a PNG, which means there will be no white in the background. It'll just be this black text and this circular pattern. So while it's doing this, once I have this, I'm going to print this either on printable vinyl or we're going to print it on heat transfer paper. So, and you just print it with your standard inkjet printer, follow the instructions on there to a T. Some are going to want you to use like lint rollers and things like that to delint your t-shirt before you put the item on it. And then just follow the directions to a T. You're going to want to use, now an iron will work on some transfers sometimes. It's not consistent because of the heat of an iron. An iron's heat does not go up to like the temperatures of 300 and 400, which you're going to need to get these transfers to stick for a long time. Now, you'll have people who swear by the iron and they've done wonderful jobs and wonderful shirts. And like I said, it's just not an exact science. But if you get like a heat press, or not the big heat press, not everybody can afford or has the space for one of those, but like they have, like, I know Cricut has a heat press, it's like an easy press where it's just the base of heat and you press it down on like a heat mat and it'll work. So, but Amazon has many as well. So whichever one you get, have fun creating your shirt because it is a really, really cool process. So that is how we create our t-shirt. And hopefully you like it. I can't wait to see your shirts. Again, my name is Andrea Vassilassen. This is how you can contact me if you like the video. I'm contacting on Instagram, Behance, or YouTube. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, share it, and all that fun stuff. So until our next video, ta-ta for now.